What's going on, everybody? Brick Builder here. Welcome to another episode of Minecraft Super Survival. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. But today we're going to be starting a project in the Merchant Village, which we've decided to come back to and put another build in. And we're going to be working on what we're going to be calling the Longhouse. It's going to be a very interesting house. It's going to be really long is what we're going for. We want a very long design here. So if you can tell, it's going to be very long but very skinny. It's just going to be a very interesting shape, and I feel like it could be a pretty fun thing to work on. So we're going to work on the Longhouse and see how it goes. But I think the Longhouse will be a fairly interesting project. It's also going to be a 2-high build, meaning it's going to have 2 levels, of course, which should hopefully make it fairly interesting. But we're going to have multiple layers we got to work on and that sort of thing. And it'll hopefully turn out very well when it's all done and finished. And I think it should work out very nice, very beautifully. So, of course, if you guys do like the idea, make sure to leave a like and all that jazz. But I think there's some very interesting stuff we can do with this just because it's a longer build. And we really want it because I think it's going to kind of finish up this merchant village and make it just look a lot bigger, because right now we've really got just 2 houses, some merchant stalls which are actually storing materials for this, and then we also have our little campfire there. But by making this thing multi-leveled, I do think we actually get a bit of interest with it, because it's going to be tall as well as long. So it's not just crazy long, it's also going to be crazy tall. Now we do have to figure out what we want to do for windows. I do want windows in this, but I don't want like too many windows, because if we put too much windows, it's not going to work. So I think maybe we'll go for something like this, where it's just the right amount. I would say it's not a lot, but you can still see out if you wanted to, because if we put too much windows, too much glass, it's really going to lower the quality of the build, and it's going to be like very full of glass rather than be like a wall. That's the big thing. It's important that you get your glass ratios right, especially on a house that's like this big. It's very important that we get a prominent wood aspect on this, because if it's only glass, it's not going to work because of how big and long the walls are. You gotta kind of split up the windows. Just massive full wall windows here will not work at all for what we're going for. And then this is going to be where our door will go when we get there. And then also right over here is like the perfect location for our scaffolding staircase. And I'm gonna go grab some spruce and we're gonna start working on this. And we're gonna have like a double layered roof set up here, and I think it's gonna work out fairly well. So we're gonna go like that, and we're going to make a little bit of a crafting bench, and these are going right into that, and so are these. There we go, and that should be plenty for our need. I guess we'll take the crafting table with us, but first we're gonna go up one other layer here, and then we're gonna throw on our little like first roof, I guess you can call it, little like overhang. We're gonna have a bigger, more tall roof like these on top on the second level, but we're still on the first level here. Now you could also say this is sort of like an apartment complex style thing, but I don't know if we're going to use it for that. But this is also going to sort of function as an inn. It's going to be like the inn for the people here. So this is going up on that level. Okay. And then we don't have much dirt, so that's going to be a bit of a problem, because no, it isn't. Actually, we could just place them like this. Alright, good. But we're going to come around here, and it's going to work out okay. But this is going to be our inn, and we're going to start working on it in today's episode and see what we can get done with today's inn, with the episode and the inn being made. Because I think that making an inn would really work, especially for a village where it's a merchant village, because we need a place for the travelers to be able to, you know, sit by a fire. I don't know if we're going to have a fire. We have a campfire, though. But we need like a place for them to be able to go after their busy day of traveling or trading or whatever sort of thing they do, you know, whatever merchants do in their free time, I guess. I don't know. And give me that. That's going to get swapped in that. I want my stair back. These things are expensive. All right. And then we're going to come over here like so and just drag that out. All right. We might need to be a little bit taller here to reach. There we go. We got it. That's kind of ironic I said taller, because that's what this whole build is meant to be, a really tall, really wide, well, actually really narrow build. And then this goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we need to do that up here now too. Give me these pieces of dirt. We're gonna go like that, and then up here we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna do that same sort of concept over here, because we want it to be like so. Working out very, very nicely so far. Definitely very important that we make this top area have a little bit of different window setup, but maybe we could also keep it the same. It's very important we do something with windows up here, though. We don't want to only have the bottom level have windows, and we're gonna have to make sure whatever we do, we keep the style of roof that we've done on all the other builds the same, because it's very important that we keep the same roof style since it's kind of a defining characteristic. You don't really want to go changing up any sort of thing in a village. Like, this whole village should have the same build style. Now, we don't actually have too much wood, so we might have to go grab more oak. I don't know how much more we're gonna need, though, realistically. Like, we're gonna have a stack or so of planks, right? Because we don't need any more logs, so we can now go like this. And that might be enough. It might not. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. If we need to go get more, we can. We definitely have more oak wood back at the base, and if we don't, I can always harvest them up because we have access to oak trees. Alright, now we're gonna come around like so. And we're gonna kind of have to parkour around these just a little bit. That was bad parkour right there. I did not make that work out successfully, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop in over here, and then we're gonna just go like so. We're actually gonna keep this area open, so that way I can get around a little bit more easily, especially if I fall down. And then we're gonna go like so, and do the same thing over here, and then we can cover up over here like we broke down, like that. Alright, so next we have to do windows. We actually don't have a lot of glass panes on us, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab our glass panes. I think we're gonna do a little bit more glass on this level here. I feel like that might be a good move. Give me these. And also, while we're here, give me also a little bit of those right there, because I also want to have a little bit more scaffolding, because what we're going to do for scaffolding is we're just going to go up from the sides like this. Just a lot more effective than going all the way around every single time. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on these, then up. So these are going to get slightly longer than they were before, because now it's 3, which should work out fairly well, fairly nicely. I think it's going to work quite well for our needs. And then we're going to do a 4 wide window right here. So there's a lot more windowage on this level, a lot more see-through sort of potential. But I think that just really works because we're on the roof area. We're going to want, you know, more visible, like, you know, people pay for good views. So we want to make sure that we have a very nice access to that view. And then this is just going to all be full as well, because it doesn't make sense to really, you know, make that any different. And then, I mean, over here we busted it up, but I don't think we're going to need to bust that back up there, because, I mean, nobody's going to truthfully really see it all that often. And then we're just going to take a quick little nap right here, a little nighty-nighty and all that sort of thing. And, alright, that worked. And now we can come up here, and then we're going to replicate the same design. We don't want to change up the windows from each different wall. We still want the same window design. There we go. And alright, we got it perfectly right. That's good, because there is a chance we mess up on the windows, but we didn't. So that is good, and now I can see it clearly. That was a very creative pun right there. And we're going to just head on over here like so, and do the same thing right over there. Alright, now we do have to start laying out the roof right now, so I'm going to need a bunch more spruce, because now we're on the part where it's going to get expensive here. And the inn is definitely getting closer to completion, but it's not there just yet. Alright, we're going to take this whole bit here, make that into those. I'm going to assume we're going to need more, but we can always craft more when we're up there. I don't want to make too many more, because I don't know how many we're going to need. And then I don't know how many I have back at the base. So I don't want to make too many extra, because I don't know how many extra I need of them. And alright, let me get these torches out of my hand, because I'm going to be misplacing those as I scaffold around this. Getting the first layer on right now, because once we get that first layer on, then we don't have to worry about scaffolding, because then it's more of a you jump up sort of thing. But until then, we got to get the inn right here, or the Longhouse. Either or, you can really call it. I'm going to call the inn probably like the Longhouse Inn or whatever. I think that'll work very well for our needs. But we're going to have this place just kind of stocked with everything that a traveler or a merchant might need. You know what I mean? Before they're here, like they got the library, which is more of a public amenity, I guess, in a way. They've got the storage house where they can store their excess products, the warehouse. And then they also have the stalls where they can trade stuff. And then over in the distance, we have our bandit cave we built early on in the series, where we actually came up with this little lure that the merchants would be going into that village over there to trade, and the bandits would come out from their cave and steal all of their stuff out of the caravans or their llama or their donkey, whatever they use as travel. That's kind of the lore behind this, and the lore is just very important to the world, so that's definitely a thing that we want to keep in mind as we're building here. So having an inn that's safe would definitely be a cool concept, and I think could work very nicely, especially with the way that this is currently going. See, that's what I was afraid of. I don't want these to go upside down, because that would be wrong. Alright, here we go. There, and wow, we actually have just the right amount for that, and now we come around here. Alright, we gotta shift though. Let's get over here, bust all of this stuff up. We gotta get rid of our scaffold, and that's why I'm so glad we used dirt. It's so much easier to break. It's like literally one of the quickest blocks to break, especially with my efficiency of 5, efficiency 5 shovel right there, which also has a very creative name attached to it. I wonder if any of you guys get the reference. Come on, please tell me somebody does. And alright, then we're gonna come on down, and I'm gonna pick up the dirt. You might think that's dumb, but honestly, having grass blocks is much more valuable than having dirt, so I actually want to keep these, because you never know. They're pretty helpful. And also, we did dig out this area. It wasn't always as flat over here. We kind of dug all of this out and kind of pushed the mountain back a little bit. It does work okay. It's definitely not the best situation, but we needed to make more space for this because it would have been a little bit weird if we didn't have the right amount of space. So it could be way worse. So we did it, and it worked out okay in the long run. And now we're here. So I'm going to get the roof on here, and then once I do, we're going to come back and get kind of the interior, like, foreground set up, and then in another episode, we will actually get the interior decorated out. So I'll see you guys once I'm done with the roof. Alrighty, so the roof has been put in. Now that we have the roof put in, we're going to get the floor design thrown in here for the second level. And it's actually a fairly nice height in here, which is great for both levels, because again, we wanted a long and tall build here. And also, I do like how it is prominently taller than that house there. I think that this will be a fairly nice thing. Now, this is not meant to be a tower, so it's not bigger than our tower over there. That's definitely very important. It's not taller than the wizard or alchemist tower, because that would just not work. Now, as for staircase, we're going to throw a staircase in over here, which means we might have to modify some stuff, but we can figure that out when we get the staircase in, which will not be in today's episode. That'll be in the interior decorating one, where we actually get to store the inns, you know, where we store everything we decide that we're going to be putting in here, which would include the, you know, whatever else we decide we're going to put in the inn, as well as the like lighting. We've also got, in addition to that, we're also going to be having the staircase thrown in. Whatever we decide we're going to make the staircase be is going to be a thing that's going to be here. Now, for this level here, we're going to go with spruce as our like entry level here when you first walk in, and then the upper level will be cobblestone, and I think that'll work very nicely for differentiating and not keeping each floor the exact same. And then we're going to go like this, and actually, no, we're not, because we actually have another stack right there. It's a good thing I caught my eye on all of those spruce slabs right there. Very good at this whole Minecraft thing. And we're just going to head on in over there. Alright, very nice, and come around like so, and boom, we now have that. And we could actually just throw in the staircase now, which might be an okay move. So we can go like this. And now stairs do not connect, which is very important to our actual like plan here. So if they would connect, that would screw everything up. I'm gonna go like that. Alright, come on, give me this. And actually, we might as well just throw all of this in now. I'm gonna go like that, and go like that, and then go here, and go like that. I would assume is what we're gonna go for. We might end up swapping that a little bit. But let's first get it put on this other side here. But yeah, I mean, the staircase is, I guess, part of the more like structurally needed requirements. So we should just get that in now, like so. That is incorrect. Why is it upside down? I do not know, but I do not want it that way. Give me this. Give me that. All right. And then here, actually, we're going to go like that and that. And then we can actually throw cobblestone there. And you can still walk down, but we're not going to actually, because then you hit your head. And I don't want to hit my head when I'm coming down. But that's going to do it actually for today's episode where we build the Longhouse / theme. We're not going to actually be putting the interior in until the next episode, so if you do want to see that, make sure to check out the next episode when it is released. But if you guys did enjoy, I'd much appreciate if you left a like and smash that subscribe button. You share the video around with anybody who might be interested, and I'll see you guys in another video of Minecraft Super Survival. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.